Hello everyone, my name is Alex, otherwise known as Some Bad Beat Scrub. Welcome to episode 1 of what will be a new series, and I know I didn't really announce this, or I only kind of announced this, but a new series for what I've decided to be Count Noctilus and the Dreadfleet for Total War Warhammer 2. Don't worry, my Gor Rok Let's Play is still going to be going on. I'm going to alternate episodes with this. I wanted to start today's recording session by getting a couple episodes of Noctilus in. I was talking to the few viewer fan base I have at this point and trying to get their opinions on what they wanted to see, and I got people definitely were interested in playing a faction that had corruption, and then people with interesting story backgrounds and things like that. I ended up with Noctilus because after Gor Rok I'm tired of having subpar range units. So I was thinking maybe Dark Elves or the Vampire Coast, but as I've recently attained the Vampire Coast DLC, in fact I have not played a single game as Vampire Coast ever. I've just played against them as an NPC race. I figured I would start here. So Count Noctilus is interesting to me. I read up a bit on his background story before I got into this. He is actually a member of the von Karsteins, which is the famous vampire family. I can actually show you them. That most of the basic vampire counts are started on. So the patriarch here is Manfred von Karstein. You got Vlad and Isabella, the famous couple from the Karsteins, and they're over here in landlocked Sylvania, and that's where Noctilus started. Noctilus's birth name was actually Nikolaus von Karstein, and he saw the infighting amongst the other vampires and the fact that they were never making any inroads against the Empire, and decided he was destined for something more. He studied maps and things like that, discovered that there's a ton of magic out at sea, especially a conflux here you see on the map called Galleon's Graveyard, where a lot of ships are being lost, and kind of like it was sort of a magical magnet. There was a conflux of magic there, and ships are being shipwrecked, and like things from the sea were being pulled in as a focal point. So he did lots and lots of studying, lots and lots of ritual work. He raised a bunch of the dead of his own castle, did a big giant ritual around his castle, which involved moving his men in a spiral, like I think the spirals of his map go, and also the spirals of the Galleon of the Graveyard, or Galleon's Graveyard, and teleported his whole damn castle and all of his undead minions to Galleon's Graveyard. Pulled in a bunch of ships, started outfitting himself and his men with pirate gear, and said, you know what, I'm not going to be a vampire like the rest of the von Karsteins, I'm going to rule the seas. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It's a man making his own way, and I appreciate that, or thing. I don't know if you can call him a man anymore, but they have an interesting starting location. We're going to be isolated in the middle of the ocean in Galleon's Graveyard, which I've seen in other playthroughs. It's not suitable climate for, I think, literally anyone but Vampire Coast, but it's really cool. As far as their race attributes, I was reading up on this a bit ago. They have infamy and loyalty, so loyalty exists in other kinds of factions. They have to worry about your lords for your other generals and things like that having enough loyalty to stay doing what you want them to do. It's common with evil factions, because evil factions have evil generals who will, like, you know what, I could be my own faction, and then they'll rebel and take their army with them, so you gotta be careful. Infamy, as far as I can tell, is some sort of resource you gain from doing things out and about in the world. So like it says, sacking, raiding, destroying cities, just like being an overall menace. It appears as if they have pirate codes, which are similar to the Skaven Undercity, where you can kind of have a quasi-settlement where a city is without them realizing it and gain some resources and benefit from that, so that'll be interesting. And then all of their gunpowder units do more damage when they have high levels of ammo, so that'll be interesting to see. That means our best parts of the fight are the beginning parts of the fight. As far as Noctilus himself, his faction benefits, I guess we're going to have unique mission rewards, so I should actually pay attention to those this time. So those are about, he can recruit at an increased capacity, which is always nice. Recruitment duration for the Necrofex Colossus. So Necrofex Colossus seem to be a special unit for this faction, and they're a giant, as they suggest, Colossus amalgamation of like ship cannons and ship parts that's quasi, I think it's got some like biologic components, so like there's some dead matter in there, that's why he's raising it. Regardless, it's a giant freaking abomination that has cannons for hands. It's pretty cool. Armor piercing missiles, armor piercing, causes terror, fire wheel smoothing, just overall scary. He can recruit them quicker, and also in his personal army, they cost less to upkeep, and large units in general have increased weapon strength. So he's definitely a large unit focus. But they should have strong range units and things like that. I'll be eager to see. He starts out with some good infantry, some anti-infantry, infantry, so I'm excited. That being said, let's go ahead and get into it and see what it looks like.
Count Noctilus, your magnificence is surpassed only by your ruthlessness in ruling these seas. The maelstrom yearns, and we should feed it with the sodden bodies of our enemies. To the south, the vampire coast harbors many fleets primed and ready for war. They could be assimilated into your own, my lord, should you wish to display your dominance and power. Others dwell in these lands. Greenskins of the Blue Viper tribe make war with all and look to steal and loot from battle. They may well have treasures that are more than just piles of dung and bones. Other seafaring races lie in port to the north. Both man and the undead vie for ownership of these waters. Let them see the bloody Reaver in action and know who truly owns the waves. Then we come to Ulthward, home of the High Elves and an ever-present thorn in your side. Taking from them will only help bolster your fleet. The world belongs to the dead, and you are the admiral to usher in this age, Count Noctilus. Wrath can no longer stop us. The seas are yours for the taking.
All right. To become a legendary party, you must first acquire infamy through your actions. Defeating armies, capturing settlements, establishing pirate codes will increase infamy levels. In doing so, your ranking on the list of infamous pirates will improve, rising to the top and drawing the attention of legendary pirates in the position of the powerful verses of the Lost Sea Shanty. Okay, what do I do with those? Pirate codes can provide steady income and other benefits from settlements owned by the factions. Secret developed any port settlement leeching from any current. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. So, honestly, what I got from his little speech right there was I can essentially go wherever I want to do. And that's one of the nice things about this campaign is you've got all this coastline. And he didn't even mention anything from this other continent, but we're equally distant from each of them. After great effort, yep. Okay. Take 4 settlements. So we really kind of have a blank slate on far as what we want to do. The downside is, of course, we only have this one city, so we either take cities on the coastline or we use those pirate coves. Let's look at our resources tab. So we got, oh, here's a sea shanty. So the first verse gives your army ability the shanty first verse, which gives you better melee defense, reload skill for 30 seconds. Nice. Okay, so they unlock, like, army abilities. The second verse is better. Okay, so it just gives us like boosts. And let's see. I'm currently rank 14. The very bottom of all the vampire factions, so that's annoying. But we'll deal with that. There's a bunch of the free-ranging ones that are kind of like rebel armies that we see in the water that are above me, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's take a look at Galleon's Graveyard. Got a port of sorts. Smuggler's Landing. Nice. Kindred Crew. Normal ass pirate dudes. This will get us into Pole Arms, Scurvy Dogs. We'll need this eventually because these Depth Guard are going to be our good late tier mainline infantry. Okay. And we got Count Noctilus here, who starts with this army. We got some high elves just randomly up on our business, and I feel like we're going to fight them. Now, I do feel like I need to warn you guys, there's not going to be naval combat in this game. Whenever you fight someone at sea, it just, like, teleports you to the closest land. So whenever I fight them here, I'm probably going to fight on what the Galleon's Graveyard looks like. Let's find out. Or they're going to run away. Okay, now I'm going to fight them on what the Galleon's Graveyard looks like. let's go ahead and play it to see what our units feel like. Okay. Oh, look, he does have Winds of Magic. What do you... That's just a Lord ability. But it looks like he has 2 spells. I didn't account Noctilus was a wizard. I guess it makes sense that he's a wizard, since he's one of the vampire counts. We'll go ahead and just keep that magic where it is. Let's see, he has Invocation of Nehek, which is a healing spell for the undead units. And something that can damage multiple combatants. Strong versus multiple combatants. So like sort of a unit attack. Here's the Necrofex Colossus. We talked about him a little bit ago. Oh yeah, there's zombies hanging off of him. He's got 4 cannons on his one arm. Very nice, very nice. And a peg leg, because of course it has a peg leg. Honestly, that's freaking dope. And eventually we'll get a mount like this for Noctilus, and we'll stick him up in the top where that dude is. It'll be good. Here we have our basic infantry, just zombies with cutlasses, as you might expect. Here, pistoliers, which are zombies with a cutlass and a pistol. Here's what's going to be our mainline infantry. Scary looking depth guard. And these guys seem like they have their stuff together for being zombies or zombie equivalents. I think these are closer to like wraiths. No, not wraiths. Wraiths are ethereal. What's what I'm thinking of? Like a revenant or something. These are definitely a high level undead. And yeah, Count Noctilus himself. Where is he at? There he is. He's got this wonderful golden goatee thing going on. Very nice. Okay, as far as what we do lining up for this battle, let's compare our stats real quick. I'm familiar with how elves work. I like to play as them. As far as their stats, their spearmen are just there to hold the line. Got 20, 38 melee attack and defense, armor 40 with a shield compared to 17. Okay, so we're a little bit behind on offense, but way behind on defense and armor with regards to our zombies, but that was to be expected. We have a lot more health apparently. That's not surprising. So they truly are just a meat shield to, when it says meat shield, like they're there to just hold down the enemies. So we'll want to engage with these guys and then have our gunnery mob do all the actual damage with their ammunition, or these bad boys with their much better melee attack and defense. Honestly, with the Necrofex Colossus, even though they have anti-large, I don't think we can really lose. The one thing to be concerned about is their archers definitely outrange us, so we'll see what we can do about that. So to that end, it looks like we're probably going to have to close with them going uphill, which I don't love. Also, this is not Galleon's Graveyard. This is, like, coastline, which is weird, but that's okay. Let's get some good old those boys out there. Missile units in behind them. And I want to keep the guard in the back because I don't want the guard taking missile shots if I can help it. And I'm going to have the Colossus up here on the side posing a threat. So pretty simple because we don't have much in the way of stuff to break down. But we're going to go ahead and... Oh look, they are coming towards me. And the Necrofex is already shooting at them. I'm going to like this, I really am. Just moving all my dudes up. I don't know if I should move the Necrofex up because he's just going to like land them with his cannons. And he's not very accurate. And he doesn't have a lot of ammunition. That's fine, he can close. He's not very accurate at all. My goodness. Alright, so let's see what they've broken up. They got the cavalry moving forward. They have the L's in the back. I'm going to keep Necrofex focus on the L's. Have these guys go ahead and bog down the cavalry. And these guys lay them together. Let's just delete this cavalry unit because I think they'll... I don't really have anything anti-large. I just need to kind of focus them down. We'll have Noctilus. Try out the Miasma spell and see how good it is. And we'll get them up on these guys. Well, between the spell and everyone attacking them, they certainly are taking losses. Go ahead and use Invocation of Heck to keep these guys at a good level. Necrofex, go ahead and move up while you're attacking. Oh, that's right, these are guns. They can't shoot past my units. I need to remember that. So, archers can... they got cavalry in behind me. Archers can shoot over units. Pistols and guns have to fire in a straight line. So I've really got to be careful with my unit formations and make sure my pistoliers have a straight shot. So we're going to wrap them around the sides here. Really need to turn off their skirmish mode. Close call. Yeah, I gotta turn off their skirmish mode because otherwise they're just not getting close enough. Noctilus says them busy. Now that we've got our dudes behind them, they should be able to unload. Or not. Are they still waiting on more people to catch up? What are they doing? Well, this is a good learning experience. I'm glad I messed up a little bit. There we go. I messed up a little bit this combat, so I will have a better idea of what I need to do in the future combats. I didn't mean to heal himself there. Having a competent spellcaster on top of a Necrofex is going to be strong. So... moral of the story, keep up sightlines for our missile units, because they didn't do anything and they should have. I think I needed to focus more healing on my actually good units. The Necrofex, I think we used it about as well as we could have. Just keep it charging at the people. Like I said, that was my first time literally ever playing with the Vampire Coast. And I don't often play with units that have guns, period, so bit of a learning experience, but it's quite alright. Okay, let's see. We can replenish. We can increase his loyalty, which doesn't matter, but that's good to know. Oh, that also decreases him for me. Ransom captives. We'll go ahead. We're gonna ransom the captives because we're pirates, and we're gonna be recruiting for a little bit, which means that we'll get the replenishment eventually, anyways. Awesome, so our campaign movement range doubled for 5 turns. Too bad I'm going to be recruiting for like 5 turns. Riddle of Itzel. Find the hidden treasure by solving treasure hunt's riddle using a dig with your army, or okay. Pierce the green mist, behold what arises from the canopy, and an ancient one shall greet you with a ruby eye. So I gotta figure out where this is. Green mist sounds like the jungle. Specifically, it sounds like... I know there's a lizard folk faction down there that has like a mist motif.
Count Noctilus Let.
Noctilus gets a level up. We'll go ahead and start off with Route Marcher because that's what I almost always do. Can we recruit at sea? No, we gotta be in camp or flagship expansion. That allows global recruitment. Okay.
This serves my cause.
So it looks like we're going to need to get him back to either the land around Galleon's Graveyard, where even he takes attrition, or Galleon's Graveyard itself to do that. Oh, his fleet has ships or buildings. That's interesting. Oh, so I can recruit from the sea. I see. I see. Okay. Interesting. We'll have to decide what all we want to put on his ship. And so that means we're going to be better at combat when we're at sea. I like that. Take a look at our technologies. Let's see, zombie parts and deck hub mob unit. So it looks like command, firepower, legendary, admirals, salvage. All right. I would like to make this missile focus, so I think I'm going to start gunnery crews. Even though they didn't do so well last time, we're going to do better with that whenever we actually know how to use them. So I can reduce enemy army movement range, vampire corruption +2. I'm already at 100%. Siege holdout time, ammunition, recruitment capacity. Loyalty will not decline local armies, that's nice. Oh, but I lose 10 per turn, that's less nice. Public order +5. Or do a growth, recruitment capacity, and recruitment costs. We'll probably do that one. Web offices. Nice. Here are my maps. Okay, good. Sleep is not required, for in the south there is something harsh amidst the treasures of the marsh. So probably something in Pox Marsh there on the corner. Oh, up in here. Pierce the green mist, behold what arises the canopy, the ancient one shall get you the ruby eye. Unlocks regiment renowned. Okay, so I get regiments renowned with these. And these are, oh, defeating the admirals will do this. Gotcha. Okay, alright. I'm on it. Let's go to the next turn. Alright. We'll go ahead and hang out back home for a second to get some punishment. And here we can raise dead. Here we go. So I know these are like suicide units. Definitely add these. Oh, raise dead. I'm sorry. If you haven't played as the Vampire Counts, you wouldn't know what this is about. So Vampire Counts and I suppose the Vampire Coast have a unique recruitment method, which is called Raise Dead, which raises the dead from nearby battles. So these would be dead we raised from the battle with the High Elves a second ago to recruit into your army. So whenever you have larger battles with larger numbers of casualties, you can get more and better units from this. And it's just much quicker because it's instantaneous recruitment. It can be more expensive, like, here, we'll go ahead and raise those. But just to compare, the standard deckhands are 300 compared to 270. The upkeep should be the same, however, 60-60, yep. So it's a little bit more expensive, but ultimately quicker method of recruitment. You know what? I think I'd like to play with the Bloated Corpse. We'll play with the Bloated Corpse. And I think, based on our economy, we're going to need to get on the road sooner rather than later. So we'll recruit as many as we can like that. Regiments of Renown. I don't want to have to fill in with these guys. Do we have to fill in with these guys? Let's look. Let's build the building that lets us recruit gunnery mobs. That seems good. It's interesting. So we have two cities. One is a ship. And honestly, since we're going to be recruiting from the ship, I don't think we need to be able to recruit those deckhands from here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. We'll make the galleon's graveyard, or we'll make the ship, Count Noctilus, I guess himself. I think it's called the Scarlet Reaver or something. We'll make that a recruitment hub and just have galleon's graveyard feeding us pure muns. But yeah, that was pretty quick turn. Let's go to turn 3. Okay. What can I replace that with? Resource buildings, growth, public order, muns. Income from buildings will 7% all regions in this province. That's only gonna see itself, but it will see itself, and frankly, I don't think I have public order issues, so go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, building browser. Oh, I can recruit lords at C2. That's nice. That's real nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll go with the 6th. And then we'll recruit gunnery mobs to fill in. And that should be enough. Can I not fill in that last spot? Okay. After we do that, I think as far as where we're going to go next, I've been giving it some thought. I think going after these treasures would be cool. We might fight some of the rebel armies if we have an opportunity to get the Regents of Renown, but honestly, we're probably just going to go here to the Pox Marsh and dig for treasure and see if we can find that out. That'll also give us some contact with the other vampire counts, because right now... Oh no, we do know them. Now, as far as the suggestion that maybe we just go to war with Luther Harkon, I feel like Count Noctilus escaped infighting among the vampires.
The scurvy dog.
And... wow, fuck you. And is annoyed that vampires keep holding themselves back by infighting. So he would rather not fight with Luther. Obviously, if Luther picks a fight, Luther picks a fight. But I feel like that's where he stands on that. Okay, so like one more turn of recruiting, and we'll probably be good to start hitting the high seas. Yeah, our gunnery crews are better. So Pox Marsh is right here on that little peninsula. We'll go ahead and start sailing out that way. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, good, it's rebel owned. So like we could even just take Pox Marsh. I am tempted to do that. Here's a question: can we recruit at sea? Yes, we can. Baller. All right, so we can recruit on the move, and I feel like we should have been moving regardless. Then I didn't think I was gonna be able to recruit. That's awesome. So I can recruit from this ship even if I'm not in my own territory. That is pretty cool. Get the maelstrom up a little bit more. Let's see. Missile damage, water cannonade. Probably gonna do black powder reserves. Make our pistols do that much more damage. So is this really what we want? What does this do? Well, it does give us the growth. Compared to that which isn't doing anything for us, that which is not doing anything for us, and that which is not doing anything for us. Yeah, so we'll do the one with growth, I guess. And next turn we'll take Park Marsh. I got another treasure map. Oh no, if I be at war with Estelia. Interesting. Well, why can't we take this? What faction is this? Vampire Chaos Mutineers. So those are literally just rebels. Hell yes. Oh, I'm in the recruitment stance. Gotcha. Okay. Enables recruitment from shipbuildings, but disables... Okay, so I just did that after I moved. And you don't need any percentage to do that. Nice. Okay. Yes, I'm going to war with the rebels. Hello, it's me. I'm not gonna bother with this one. Oh shit. That's not what I meant to do. Get back in there. Oh no. So I guess I should just assume I'm gonna lose bloody corpses in auto-resolves. So let's see, I could establish a pirate cove, which makes it look like I just sacked them, but I actually did other things. In this case, I'm just going to occupy it, because this is a vampire... This is already a vampiric settlement. It's close to my primary province. It'll increase my income, and it'll deny resources from Luther. So while we're not going to be settling a bunch of cities all over the place, I think this one is a pretty safe bet.
Count Noctilus
Noctilus has some stuff to do. So let's see, I could increase his magical abilities. I don't know what unit's going to use. I'm probably going to avoid the red tree. Honestly, that spell did pretty okay. I think I'll make him a better spellcaster. Okay, so that's that. We could recruit another gunnery mod to replace that dude. I think we will. So many gunnery mobs. We're just gonna have a firing line. I might be going overboard on them, but we'll find out. My general plan is to have them form a Bane line and then use the meat shields to run out in front of them whenever a unit's coming up to attack them. Looks like the mutineers have at least one more city. Oh no, they're also up here in the Temple of Telenclan. Interesting. Alright, so we'll see what Luther and them boys do. I'm a little concerned Luther will try to take the Poxmarsh because he doesn't much care for me.
The scurvy dogs. Out of the question.
But his opinion's improving because I'm at war with someone he doesn't like. So hopefully that goes well. Oh no, oh that's fine, I have to see, it's fine. Okay. I have a third treasure map. Man, I have all kinds of stuff down here. I wanted to avoid going to where Itza was, but this map has a ton of hidden treasures, so sucks to suck. Speaking of, this is the stance I'm going to need to use. Chance of finding additional treasure map. Consumes all remaining movement range and disables it. Solve treasure maps by digging for treasure at the location sent to the riddles. Okay. So next turn, I'll move out a little bit and start digging for that treasure. Okay. So we got our stack. We'll move them just outside. Well, we'll move them over here by the coast. And dig. Successful. Sleep is not required. 4 in the south there's. So I got 2,000 gold and some infamy. Nice. On to the right is. Let's see. This right. All regions belonging to you are recovered by Cursed Mist, causing attrition. Vanguard deployment for Fellbats and a bunch of other dudes. Immune to Cursed Mist attrition all armies. Nice. Okay, so our next treasure map. Ooh, both of those are way far inland. In fact, I think is that literally Itza? No, that's... here? Yes. Well, yeah. So there's one here right next to the mountain range. Both of those are significantly far inland. I don't know. I think we might just raid up the coast here and see if we have any opportunities to strike inland. That was a pretty good boon, but like those are way far inland. Let's look at my quests. So both of the riddles, okay, so those count as quests. And I should just, if I'm at war with Estalia, I get a treasure map. Do I know Estalia? Can I just throw some shit at their door? I can't.
What?
Hey, Estalia.
Your man gods and dubious masters have no place
Fuck
here.
you. We did it. This mouth may lack tongue and lips, yet it shall never close, for it has a thirst that can rarely be quenched. Whoa, that's way up past Ult 1. Alright. Alright. Some of these might be longer term. Good thing is they don't have time limits on them. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good intro to the pirate factions. We dug for some treasure. Found some treasure. We took a city. Oh. Go ahead and upgrade this. Oop. More income. I'm not going to bother with recruitment. What do you do? Vampiric corruption and public order. Is public order an issue? No. Public order is not an issue. I could get these more beastly units. Is he going to be able to recruit? Let's see. I will have access to mortars. So, like, honestly, it feels like I don't want to have to come back to Galleon's Graveyard to recruit all the time. I just need to be an economic center. But none of these other buildings make me muns. This is growth as well. I'll do the growth building for now, and then hopefully, as we unlock stuff, we'll have more options, right? Nope, none of those are income based. Well, it looks like I'm going to be building unit recruitment buildings for sheer lack of having anything else. So let's go ahead and go for things that we're not likely to have on the other one soon. Artillery? Yeah. And eventually the Necrofox, Necrofex Colossus, yeah. Let's do that. Okay. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching. This has been episode 1. I'm probably going to do another episode or 2 of this one, and then some for Itza for the following week. Or for this coming week, and my plan is to alternate those. My name is Alex, otherwise known as Some Bad Beat Scrub. I appreciate you being here. Stay tuned next time for more pirate shenanigans.